I have been working on several aspects, and of course, uh, being from an academic background, these are some of the things that I keep on doing. The the plan for next 1.5 months and maybe 2 months is going to be we are coming up with a book on again geopolitics, that is decoding lies, intents, narratives, and future. Now, this is a book that is written for the students, for the youth, for all of those people who do not want to understand the complexity in a complex manner, rather in a conversation style, rather in a manner that is going to be a general talk about that is going to be taking place in a drawing room. It begins with a story, it begins with a lot of easy aspects which allows the reader to pick up the topic. That's one. Second book is going to be on physical geography, revised version of it. It's a combination of five of my books brought into one. It is profusely illustrated book. It is a book meant for an international audience. The basic characteristic of this book is that the book is provided with a QR code, and once the reader picks up the QR code, he goes on to a portal, and this portal will provide him not only the chapter, the summary of the chapter, the video adaptation of the chapter, the questions and answers that have been asked from this chapter, and also what can be the further links which a reader has to study, and some deep enrichment insights associated also with the chapter. This is going to be unique, exceptional, and extraordinary in every sense because nothing of this type has been ever done. The third book is associated with climatic change. It is climate change, is physics, ecology, economics, politics, and ethics. It is going to be talked about on five aspects. Now, these are the five aspects which have been picked up and which have been taken up, which are essentially dealing with uh, the topic for the first time ever. Although climatic change is the topic on which a lot of it has been written, but then ethical aspects of it, narrative aspect of it, has not been talked about in general, and particularly in the light of COP27. The fourth book is going to be Geography Through Maps, the revised version of it. It is a book that you do not read, it's a book that you watch. It's you watch it in the pages, in the design of the book. You watch it when you go on to take a QR guided tour of yours. It is a book that you watch in it's a documentary form that is the entire of the world's features here, there, and everywhere. The fifth book is going to be about disaster management. Disaster management is a book that has been written for all of these policymakers, politicians, and of course everyone who is going to be concerned with it. And the book is concerned with generally, it has to be on the tabletop of all the IAS officers, all the provincial civil servants in this case, and all of these MLAs and MPs who can have it a ready reference. It is now up to the government to provide them with an access towards it, and how is it that this can be taken forward. It talks about every possible type of a disaster, and it's a reference point of it. And everyone generally must go on to be having it, particularly those concerned with administration. The sixth book is on nature-centric development approach. This is the title of the book is Plan with Nature, Design with Technology. It is the first book that is going to be talking about how a minimalistic living, how a Western paradigm has been largely responsible for destroying the planet, and how even in a minimal form we can live in the world, we can be with it, and we can be happy. We do not may not need no mobiles, we may not need dams, we may not need such type of grandeur malls, and still we can be happy, we can be rich, we can be wealthy, we can be progressive, we can be modern. This is what this book talks about. It is one of those type of paradigms that the Planning Commission is going to be picking it up. And when the Planning Commission is going to be picking up this paradigm, sooner or later, it will be India will be the first country ever to have talked about that. These are the books that are slated to be released in the next 1.5 month or 2 months of time.